Okie dokie, welcome, 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 welcome. Let's get this party started, shall we? Okay, becoming a consistent trader. Let's see, hold on, sorry guys. Can everybody hear me okay? Double check. Okay, everybody can see my screen okay? Good stuff. Fun day to do a webinar, eh? You're getting crushed today. Okay, guys, like I said, let's get started. Becoming a consistent trader. I'm Steve Patterson, and let's get the disclaimer out of the way. No representation, performance methodology, yada, 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 CFTC, blah, 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 blah. Okay. For those of you that don't know me, just quickly, 27 years of experience, currently a retail FX trader and run managed accounts. I've traded my account for 10 years, private coaching. Oh, here we go. 1 second. Okay, becoming a consistent trader. Probably one of the biggest. Oh, let me just back up here. Once again, for those of you who don't come to my webinars regularly, the way I do my webinars is in the form of a lecture series. And so you kind of have to really watch all my other stuff to kind of be totally up to speed with everything. But, you know, it's difficult to put, 27 years of experience into an hour and 15 minutes. So just keep coming back and keep watching my webinars, and eventually it'll all click in. But one of the things that a lot of people come to me and they say, I want to be a consistent trader. It's a term that's thrown around a lot in this industry, and it's a term that I think has a lot of misconceptions and a lot of I don't know, taboos with it or something. I really don't know the right word to say, but becoming a consistent trader is something that everybody talks about, and I don't really think anybody really knows what it really truly means unless you are a consistent trader. There's this big myth in the Forex industry that, each and every day you turn on your charts and you pull out 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips. You turn off your charts, you go to bed. Then you wake up on Tuesday and you turn your charts on and you pull out 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, whatever that regular amount is, and you turn your charts off. And then you wake up Wednesday and you lose your 5 pips or whatever it is, and you turn your charts off, and then you wake up Thursday and you pull out your 5 or 10 pips and you turn your charts off, right? And, that's what most people think of when they think of the word consistent trader, right? Well, let me be the first to tell you, if somebody has a way of doing that, God bless you, because in all of my experience working with professional traders, it just doesn't work like that. And, that's what I'm going to talk about, the difference between a professional and an amateur. And again, what do I mean by the word professional? Okay, I like to use the word professional over consistent. And, when a lot of people come to me that are struggling with their trading and, they say, I want to be a consistent trader, basically, what I'm saying is that, what you really want to do is you want to behave like a profitable trader, right? And that's really what's really important. And so to me, a professional is somebody who gets paid a living each and every month in order to be a trader. I actually have a bigger criteria. My criteria is you got to be doing it for 7 years before you're a professional as well too. But let's just keep it simple for now and talk about the difference between an amateur and a professional. Okay? And this is something that I really want to talk about because it's really, 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 really important. The difference between an amateur and a professional is small. Okay? And it's very, very, very small. I'd like to use a golf analogy. For those of you who are golfers in the room, you'll kind of get this analogy a little bit more than most. But, you know, whether you're a professional golfer or whether you're an amateur golfer, bad shots are going to happen. Okay? Bad shots are going to happen. You're going to be on the tee and something's going to go wrong and you're going to shank the shot off the fairway either to the left or to the right and you're going to be in trouble. Okay? We've seen it. Right? Tiger Woods is behind a bush, you know. Phil Mickelson is, you know, behind in the rough and a bunch of trees and a bunch of stuff, right? The professional still makes mistakes, right? The professional still makes mistakes. Okay, so one of the things I want to get out there, the professional still makes mistakes, and the professional golfer still makes mistakes, and the professional trader still has losses. So I want to clear that myth up right now. Okay, I want to clear up that myth that when you become a professional or when you become a consistent trader, that you're not going to have losses, right? Bad losses too. They happen, right? We've all seen Tiger Woods, who's arguably one of the best golfers of our time, right? Not the best husband of our time, but one of the best golfers of our time. Anyway, sorry, I had to put that out there. It's funny, but we've all seen him make these horrible shots, and they're off in the thing. And all traders make mistakes, and that's one of the things I like to clear up with people right away, is that you're going to have bad trades, you're going to do stupid things, you're going to make mistakes, and just like a professional golfer, the poo is going to happen. Okay? But the difference between an amateur and a professional is very, very, very small. Okay? The amateur golfer has to take that shot, and he's got two choices. He can try to recover from that shot by driving for the green and not losing a stroke, or he can take that shot, put it back on the green, get the ball back on the fairway, I apologize, and then go for the green. Okay? That's his two choices. Now, if he opts to whack at the ball and drive for the green in the hole, then he runs the risk when he's in trouble of making that, adding a lot more strokes to his game. Okay? If he takes the shot, chips it back onto the fairway, yes, it's an extra stroke, but now it's a much easier shot to drive to the green and to the hole. Okay? So that's what an amateur has the two choices of doing. Okay? Now the professional golfer has the skill and the ability a lot more, like 90% of the time, to be able to recover from that bad lie and to just go for the green and go for the hole wherever his bad shot lies. Okay? Where 90% of the time he can recover from that bad shot. So, the amateur will hack away at that bad shot and that bad trade, trying to recover, rather than stepping back and reevaluating and waiting for a better trade. Okay, so let's get that clear right now. The differences between the guy that's been doing this for, a living for a long time and the guy that's trying to do it for a living are very, 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 very small. Right? Very small. I want to make sure that. So what are some of the things that the professional does that the amateur doesn't? Okay. Step one. Treat your trading as a business and not a hobby. Okay. And treat your trading as a business, not a hobby. I cannot tell you how many times somebody comes to me for help, and I say, well, what are you doing? Like show me what you're doing. And they say, well, here's what I do, and they pop up a chart, and they say to me, I did this and I did that. I go, whoa, slow down. Like, where's your preparation? What did you do every single day? Tell me what you do to prepare to exploit the markets each and every day. Okay? And I think preparation should be number one. I apologize, I don't make my own slides, my partner does. I find that people just do not prepare for the markets that well. Okay? Myself included. Okay? There are times when I even get tired and I don't prepare for the markets very well as well too. But typically, for me, a typical day will look like this. Hold on a second. Each and every day, I prepare a prep sheet for the things that I want to trade, okay? And they look something like this. Here's an example. You can see here, I've got all my prep sheets here. They're all organized here. Oh, they were organized here. Where's my latest one? 1 second. Where the heck's my latest one? Oh, hold on. Talking about being organized. What the heck? Sorry guys, I apologize. I'm not organized for the webinar. I have no clue where my latest prep sheet went. Where the heck did it go? Okay, it kind of looks like this, okay? Here's my prep work, all right? This is just a random one. I don't know where my latest one is. I'm trying to find the one for today. I don't know where the heck my latest one is. So bizarre. I can't find my last group of them. Anyways, that's just really bizarre. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, there it is. Okay, 12, 6, 12. Okay, there it is. Okay. So here's my prep work that I do every day. Okay, I usually get up an hour before the market is open, or before the market's open. What am I talking about? Before the market, I'm talking the New York market. I usually get up around an hour before I want to trade, and I'll do my prep work. Okay, so here's my prep work for today. I've got my price bias, which is, I'm looking for shorts on the euro. I've got some sentiment bias. I write out some summaries, and I go through all of my charts, and I go through all of my news services, and I come up with what it is that I want to do, and then, I'll also include some any reports that are out that I think are important. Okay, and then I'll highlight, the pairs that I want to trade today that I think give me the greatest advantages and give me the greatest edge. So I'll know that, for example, by the way, this was prepared completely before the market was open. I don't know if Nils, are you in the room? Maybe you can confirm that this is 100% truth. I prepare all this way before the market's open, and I'm ready. I'm ready to trade going into today, right? So as you can see, I had a strong bias for the euro shorts, and a strong bias for Aussie shorts, and a strong bias for Canadian dollar shorts, okay, on this particular day. So I was watching very carefully. You'll see the other pairs aren't highlighted, that's these are the pairs that I want to focus on today. So I have a really good idea of exactly the pairs I want to be aggressive on and the pairs I don't want to be aggressive on, the pairs I think there are no advantages or edges in that particular day. Okay? So, and it takes me about an hour to do this. Then what I do is I'll actually go to my charts and I'll draw off the areas that I want to trade on. And, you know, for example, I'll have this all done, pre-market when I'm up and, you know, kind of getting ready. All right. So I'll have whatever levels that I believe the market I'm going to be watching, and the various things that I do. But it's not so much what I do. It's the preparation that I go through, right? That's important. Now today I had a bias for the short, the Aussie, and I did have one trade on it today that ended up working out, but I have no clue what the Aussie is doing today. I am lost on the Aussie. I have no clue why the Aussie is so strong today. So I gave up on it, and I went and traded the euro, for most of the day. But the point is that going into the day, I've done a lot of prep work. Okay. This is really, 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 really important. It shocks the heck out of me to find out how many traders turn on the charts and say, okay, now what do I do? Without doing any type of preparation for the day. It just amazes me how many traders do that. Okay? And the second thing I do, and the reason why I keep all of my prep analysis work is, I review and analyze everything on the weekends a lot. On the weekends, I'll pull out all of my prep work. I'll go through everything bar by bar. I'll go through all of my trades, and I will review and analyze everything that day. Okay? Anyways, moving forward, step 1, keep records, do prep work, and do review and analysis. Okay? Step 2. The other thing that really amazes me about this business is people have no clue what it is that we do that makes us money. Okay? I'll answer all questions near the end. Okay? People have no clue what we do that makes us money. People say, I'm a trader. Really? You're a trader. Well, what is it that you do? Well, I decide whether or not I want to buy or sell. Okay, that's great. So what do you really do? Okay? Actually, I did box, Luca. I did amateur. I had 3 pro-am boxing fights. I'm a big fan of boxing. I lost 2 and won 1, but I started at an older age. Anyways, get to the point. People have no clue what we do. Okay? And one of the things we do, what I tell people, is that we are mental athletes. What do you do for a living? When people ask me what I do for a living, I say I'm a decision maker. And I'm a predictor of direction. Okay? And a reactor. Okay? People look at me and go, are you on crack? And I go, no, that's what I do. I make decisions, right? And then they say, oh, you trade the markets. And somebody asked me the other day, so do you predict or do you react? Right? Somebody said to me, do you predict or do you react? Right? And my answer is both. Okay? You have to react, but you have to predict what the reaction is going to do. Okay? So the bottom line is that I like to, when people tell me what I do, I say I'm a mental athlete. I am a mental athlete. And they look at me and they go, you are on crack. But that's what I view this business as. I view this business as being mental athletes because we make a lot of decisions. Okay? And as somebody that suffered with a health condition for most of my life, I really got to feel the effects that poor health played on my decision-making process. Because when I woke up in the morning and I was tired and I had a health condition, I felt it 10 times more than somebody that was just tired because I had the underlying health condition, right? But I still was able to understand the importance of being a mental athlete and getting my mind to the point where I could make fantastic decisions every day. And I will tell you right now, okay, I will tell you right now, when I am, Mark Douglas talks about the zone. A lot of people talk about the zone. Get into the zone. You got to get into the zone. Be in the zone. And you're a great trader. I'm in the zone. Okay? Well, hogwash. Okay? You just have to AutoZone. Exactly. You just got to be feeling good. And to feel good, you got to be healthy. And to be healthy, make good decisions, you got to do things like exercise, nutrition, and rest. Okay? These are probably the three most important things that will stop me from making money every day. I can pretty much tell you, unequivocally, without exception, the days I make the most amount of money are the days that I am well rested, I eat well, and I'm doing regular exercise when I feel good. The days I lose the most amount of money is when I was out partying the night before, or I didn't sleep well, I had bad dreams or whatever, or I wasn't eating well, or I haven't been exercising. Okay? So I really want to stress these three factors. I'm telling you right now, if you just address these three factors every morning, your trading will improve, I promise you all, at least 50% if you really take them seriously. Okay? A lot of people talk about them, right? But you have to take them seriously. Okay? If you talk to any pro athlete in the world, nutrition, rest, and regular workouts are the key to being a professional boxer. Okay? Just a short story about boxing. When I actually did box, and I did box actually, did some kickboxing as well too back in the day. But the fights that I won were the fights that I would do the most cardio work on, and I would get the most most sleep. Okay, the fights that I wouldn't do a lot of cardio work on, and the fights that I didn't get enough sleep, I pretty much lost all those fights. Okay, so in trading, it's the exact same thing. Please, 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 please listen to me. Do not underestimate the importance of nutrition, the importance of rest, and the importance of exercise. Okay. Right. No, I didn't wrestle. Only with my girlfriends. And they won. Or I let them win. In any event, just a little note on nutrition, okay? A little note on nutrition. I'm going to give you guys a big, big hint right here. You're going to love this. Try it. I promise you it'll work, okay? I promise you it'll work, okay? Every morning, well, I know some of you are coffee addicts. You're probably going to do it. But anyways, try not to if you can. Every morning, get up, make yourself a fruit smoothie, okay? And do low glycemic fruit. Try this. Just try it for a week. Try it for a week. Okay? Blueberries, pineapple, apples, and banana. Put them all together in a blender. Put in some water, okay? Or soy milk or something healthy, right? And blend it. Okay? Just do those 4 fruits in the morning. 1 big glass, at least 12 ounces. Okay? And no carbohydrates. No toast. You can have eggs if you want. Okay? But I don't even need eggs. That one smoothie, okay, will last you, I promise you, for 3.5 hours, you will have the most beautiful energy to trade with that you won't believe. If you do that every single morning, I promise you, you will increase your profits right now. Because having the right energy to get through the day and get through the morning unless you're 22 years old right now or 25 years old, you can get away with being, doing the Red Bull crap and all that stuff, right? But smoothies or protein, no carbohydrates. Don't touch, even for lunch, I don't have very many carbohydrates because carbohydrates, especially wheat products, will slow your brain down, okay? You will literally almost go into a semi-coma. You'll make far fewer decisions when you eat carbohydrates, okay? So please, if they're out of season, Boyke, buy the frozen ones. That's what I do. Okay? All right. So let's see what step number 3 is to becoming these small differences that separate the professional from the amateur. Okay, now I'm not saying all professionals do this. I'm just saying if you're not profitable, then do it. Okay, because it can only help. Right? I know there's traders out there that get up and smoke 10 packs of cigarettes and have 6 coffees and they still make money, right? But if you guys aren't there and you guys aren't making consistent money and you're not a professional yet, then just try what I'm saying because this could be a difference, right? Yes, Luca, I did. Sarap asked, banana, apple, pineapple, and blueberries. Blueberries are really important because they got antioxidants in them. But the reason I say those particular fruits is because they're mostly low glycemic, okay, which means they're low in sugar content. So the spike and curve that the glucose levels that your brain's going to get are going to be a nice, steady, smooth curve, right? My blood pressure is always good, Luca. I've been trading for a very, very long time, and, people always comment when they come into my room or when I trade with them, you're so calm. You're so calm. You got a big, giant trade on. You're so calm. Right? And that's where you want to be, right? If I'm not calm, it has nothing to do with the trade. It has to do with the fact I didn't sleep, or I didn't exercise, or I didn't eat well. That's the only thing that makes me not calm, right? Yeah, Edward, I don't know. This is just what I do, okay? I mean, I use a half a banana. I don't use a whole banana. Okay. Anyways, moving forward. These 3 things, really, really important. Okay. That's not me. I wish it was. One day it might be. I'm a big poker player. I love poker. It's my passion. And my dream is to one day play in the World Series of Poker, but right now I'm too busy sitting behind a desk. Do you have a real edge? Okay. Okay. Hey, Nils, is that your... Yes, I just realized that. That's the German flag on there. The German flag on there. I think that's the one and only German poker pro there ever is. I'm just teasing you, Nils. Anyways, do you have a real edge? Okay, this is the second thing. This should be the final step. Okay? It should be the final step in becoming a professional trader and becoming consistent. Okay? As discretionary traders, whenever I teach people how to trade, I never teach them to do A, B, C, ever. Okay? A lot of times, there's systems out there that say, okay, when the 5-period moving average crosses the 10-period moving average, and the stochastic is above the 0, and the MACD is increasing, then you buy. Okay, or vice versa. Okay. Or how is the moon? Right, you got to check the moon. I know there's some astro traders that come in this room. So if the moon is in, or Mars is in Jupiter or something like that, then you can place a trade. Okay. That retrograde. Thank you, Luca. Retrograded. Retrograde sounds like a disco for elementary school students. Retrograde. Anyways, so do you have a real edge? Okay. Do you have a real edge? Okay. Now, poker professionals know they have an edge because there are 1,352 combinations to any possible 2 cards. So there's a mathematical edge in poker every single time. And for those of you that don't know anything about poker, but it was made very popular a little while ago because you have a true edge, you can mathematically come up with the right thing to do in each situation to be what we call plus EV, okay, or expected value, okay. And so in poker, because there's only 3,252 combinations, you can always have a correct mathematical answer, okay. And I talked about this in one of my last webinars. What makes trading so deceptive is that it's so hard to come up with a large enough sample size, okay? In order for a professional poker player, an online poker player, to define whether or not he's a professional and is consistent, he will have to play 100,000 hands, okay? He'll have to play 100,000 hands. And then after 100,000 hands, if his equity curve is positive, then he knows he's got an edge. And then what they do is he'll add in 20 different tables, and he'll do the exact same thing on 20 different tables. Okay? That's how poker professionals who are online professionals make money. And online poker professionals are the closest thing to online online traders as well too, okay? But the problem with trading is that how do you know you have an edge? How do you know that if I do this trade 1,000 times, it's going to come out profitable 501? If you can't answer that question, then you have a really hard time defining whether or not you have a positive expectancy and you are a professional trader. So this is a big problem for us, okay? This is a big problem for us. How do you know if you have an edge? Well, the only other way to measure it, now, if you're like a high frequency trader and you're taking like 10,000 trades in a day, then you can pretty much get to 100,000 trades pretty quickly, and you can say, okay, you know what, this high frequency stuff works, right? Okay, and you know it's going to work. But how does somebody that's learning the trade have any confidence to know that what they're doing is going to work today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, in the next 10 years? How can you gain any confidence in that, right? This is the real problem. It's a real problem. Well, you can write a computer program, and you can become a quant trader, and you can let the computer do it perfectly for you every time, and then you can figure out exactly if you have an edge or not. Okay? So how do you overcome that problem? Right? How do you overcome that problem? How do we know that we are a professional trader? Because unless you have 100,000 trades, you're not going to know, right? And unless you have some way of quantifying each and every trade, you're not going to know, right? So how do you, what's the answer? Does anybody know? Constantino comes up with a good answer. Yeah, that's what some people say. Backtest it. Well, that's true. Let me tell you something about backtesting, Constantino. The future does repeat itself, but it never repeats itself the exact same way, ever. So that's one way of doing it. Okay. Fernando comes up with the answer. Okay. Fernando comes up with the answer. Upslope in your equity curve tells you the answer. No mistakes. Okay? That's the only thing, and he's absolutely right. The only way that you know if you have an edge is what your upslope on your equity curve looks like. Okay? That's the only way you know. Right? So, that's the only way we as professional traders know that we are a professional trader. If, week after week, month after month, year after year, that equity curve keeps going up, then you know you have an edge. All right? So that is the goal. Okay? So this is something I really want people to pay attention to, is to keep track of their equity curves, okay? And all the charting platforms out there allow you to do that. If you want to put it into a visual chart, you can actually create a spreadsheet that actually does it and keep track of it. And I highly recommend that you do keep track of your equity curve, okay? So these are the things that you have to do, and this kind of goes back to step 1, record keeping, okay? So if you're not already profitable, right, if you're not already profitable, then what I suggest is just try some of these little things, see if they help make a difference, okay? I'm not saying they are going to make you profitable, because at the end of the day you have to have a real edge, right? And either you figure that out on your own, or you buy that. And by the way, I don't think you can buy that. I don't think there's anyone out there that has something that really is a true edge, that they're really is a true long-term edge. But anyways, it's a whole other story. Or you have to, like when people say to me, well, Steve, what's your edge? Right? Do you have a setup? Okay, somebody just asked me, can you describe your trading model? Pedro asked me, can you describe your trading model? My edge is between my brains, between my ears. I come up with a way of looking at the markets rather than a set sense of rules. Okay? So for example, I'll talk a little bit about what I do. Okay? For example, today I was looking for shorts on the Canadian dollar, and I was looking for shorts also on the euro, and what do you call it? Those were my, and also the GBP. No, what's my prep work? The Aussie dollar, the Canadian dollar, and the euro I was looking for shorts on. So when I came into today, and I saw the Canadian dollar doing this, when I came into today, is kind of what I saw, right? And I had some levels drawn off, and we took out this liquidity down here, so I didn't really like the short side. When I saw the euro doing this today, and I wanted to short it, right, I actually didn't get any shorts on it because I thought the move was over, and then what happened was we came up, we actually did another liquidity run, a small probe up here, and the market did tank from here and go down and get this liquidity. Had I had some way of getting into this market, I probably could have got 10 pips out of the Canadian dollar, but I didn't. This trade I kind of missed it. I didn't expect it to go that far. But the point being is I was looking for shorts on the Canadian dollar, and I was looking for shorts on the Aussie dollar, and I really didn't have anything except for the candle that I just missed a few minutes ago, which had about 7 pips. Next liquidity. Yeah, this trade right here would have been beautiful. I have enough risk to return on this trade. So I missed this trade because I'm doing a webinar, which always freaking happens. And then the euro, I could not find a way into the euro. One of my students, though, did point out this trade, which was not really a really good trade, but it ended up working out really, really well. The point being, okay, that I came into the market prepared, okay, and then I adapted to the market conditions that were available to me to see if I could find a way to exploit those market conditions. So for me, my particular edge is to find out what I believe the market could do that day, then try to figure out a way how to get into it and how to exploit it. Okay. Questions quickly. Would you say that Fernando says, would you say, Steve, that your trading methods are not fully describable in a set of trading rules? That is to say, you incorporate a number of complex reasonings not easy to put into words. Fernando, the answer to that question is my trading, the way I trade is so frickin' simple, it's not funny. Once you know how to do it. I mean, it's very simple. I wanted to get short the Canadian dollar today somewhere. I wanted to get short the Aussie dollar somewhere. And I wanted to get short the euro today. You saw that in my trading plan. Okay? Now the question is to just figure out how to do it. Okay? So just to give you an example, okay? To give you an example, you're never going to know how to do it. I did not see this move coming. I expected this move yesterday. I didn't expect it today. When I came into the market today and I saw this going on in the euro, I thought, how the heck do I exploit this? I want to get short, right? I saw this. I saw this. And I saw this. Wait, sorry. And I saw this. The three things I want to get short on, right? When I came into today, this is what I saw. I knew I wanted to get short. I just didn't know where the heck I wanted to get short at, right? Okay. So the point being is actually to be totally honest with you, I really wanted to get short on the euro up here. When this candle ended up printing, one of my students actually called this trade out, which I thought was a marginal trade, and I was busy teaching today. I didn't really get a chance to take it, but that trade ended up working out, and then I couldn't find a way to get short in the euro for the rest of the day. No matter what I looked at, I couldn't find a way in. So fortunately, I missed this move. But the Aussie dollar, the Aussie dollar at the time was doing this nonsense over here, and then there was a little trade here, but it wasn't very good. And like I said, there was a good trade that happened right now when I was just talking. Okay, so in any event, that's my style of doing things. My style of doing things is to figure out what I believe the market is going to generally do and what the biases are for that particular day. Then my style is to try to figure out how to exploit that thing. That's my edge. My edge isn't when A and B and C happen, then you do D. My edge is to be an opportunist, right? And to take whatever we have available to us and then try to figure out how to exploit it, okay? Any questions? So getting back to the purpose of the webinar, there you go. Want to get a hold of me? Email me, Skype me, call me. And if there's no other questions, Bueller? I hope you guys take my advice and try, believe me when I tell you, the difference between being an amateur and a professional is small. If you're not professional, try these 3 little steps that I recommend to you. The only one you're going to have a problem with is figuring out if you have an edge, okay, and then go from there. No, I do not use indicators, and no, Luca, I do not exercise each and every day. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. No, James, I'm not doing trade and see, I don't think. I don't like the spreads on trade and see. I apologize. If there's any other questions, like I said, come on Skype. I answer questions on Skype. Or come back in 2 weeks from now. I'm doing a live trading webinar here on FX Street in exactly 2 weeks from now. And we'll actually, hopefully, get some trades. Damn, look at this. Every time I do these webinars, these trades, I end up getting beautiful trades. I don't have a level here on the Aussie dollar, but, you know, certainly got really nice reward here. Right now, the next liquidity level I'm looking at the Aussie dollar is, hold on, is down here. So I think the Aussie dollar probably, the Aussie dollar I'd be looking at, I just lost all my lines. I'd look for the Aussie dollar from this move down here to probably take out this liquidity down here. Looks like we've built up some fairly decent liquidity around this area, so there'll be a lot of orders sitting down here. So watch for this move on the Aussie to take this level out. Probably indefinitely. Let me just check the daily here. I don't know. It's a pretty solid breakout here. If the Aussie finishes strong, I don't think we'll get down here. It's a pretty solid move. I don't know if the Aussie can make it down there. And we didn't take out this liquidity level up here either. So if the Aussie doesn't come back down by the end of the day, I don't know. It's a pretty solid move here. But anyways, see you guys next week. Thanks for coming.